working on your SWOT analysis. You have 4 assignments related to this because SWOT stands for 4 different things. The S stands for strengths, the W, weaknesses, the O, opportunities, and the T, threats. So why a SWOT analysis? Well, first of all, you have benchmarks that you need to earn. And the SWOT analysis goes along with the next 3 competencies and the related benchmarks that they encompass. One of them is planning my journey. I can monitor my progress, set and track my goals, and create a post-secondary plan to ensure that I am college and career ready. Well, starting with a SWOT analysis kind of helps build up to that. I don't know that you'll necessarily be achieving all these benchmarks in trimester 1, but you will definitely be working towards them. Professionalism. How can I adhere to professional norms, effectively communicate, and adapt to change in a variety of professional settings? Well, unfortunately, due to COVID, we can't go out into as many professional, if any, professional settings as we would like. However, we can invite people to join us on Zoom for Zoom meetings. When you guys are here in person, we might be able to get folks to dial into the Zoom room and we can have communications with professionals. But the idea is to start somewhere. And knowing your strengths and weaknesses is really a big part of that. And it also will prepare you for those occasions when we do get to go out and communicate with others in a professional manner. That will start in our classroom. And the last one is written communication in the workplace. I can effectively use a variety of formats for written communication in the workplace. That could be email, memo, executive summary, business plan, technical report, press release, white paper, guides, handbook, blah, blah, blah. It goes on and on. Basically, we're going to be doing a lot of writing in this course because written communication is super important, especially for those of you who plan to go to college. You're going to be writing papers. You're going to have to convince people of things through your writing, and you have to be able to articulate that, and that means having good grammar, good punctuation, good spelling, and the ability to provide as many details as possible in a writing to convince someone of whatever topic it is that you're writing about. So this is a work in progress. Think of it like a puzzle. So the idea is that you're examining all of the pieces that make up your personality. We'll be doing that for the next couple of weeks. This week it's through the SWOT analysis. Next week it will be through interest surveys and personality assessments and learning styles inventories. All of these you're going to put together to create an image of where you want to go in life. You're going to use all of these things that you are going to learn about yourself to hopefully help guide you in the direction that you want to go and might point you in career interest areas that you didn't even think existed or knew that you were capable of. So let's get started with SWOT. Again, the S stands for strengths. Strengths are tasks or actions you do well. Could be things you already know, things you want to know, skills, talents, can you cook? Can you dance? Can you draw? Are you good at reading? Are you hardworking? Are you open-minded? Are you thoughtful? Are you empathetic? Do you work well with others? Are you competitive? People use their traits and abilities to complete work, relate with others, and achieve their goals. So knowing what your strengths are is really, really important. Weaknesses. That's what the W stands for. Weaknesses are So a weakness is usually when you are lacking the ability to do something, lacking a strength, lacking a quality or a feature, which is often seen as a fault that you have or a disadvantage. So keep in mind that what hiring managers really want to know is how you handle adversity on the job. This means that knowing what your weaknesses are is also equally as important as knowing your strengths, because when you go in for that job interview, they're almost always going to ask you, what was a struggle that you had or something that you weren't good at, and how did you overcome it? So there's some weaknesses listing there. Writing essays. Some people just are terrible at writing essays, and some people it comes really easily to. You're impatient, get bored quickly, indecisive, too busy, very busy, not busy enough. Sometimes idle hands are no good. So when you're not very busy, and you just lay around and don't do anything, you're not getting anywhere in life doing that. You could be a procrastinator too. That might be a weakness you have. Just keep in mind that that's also super important to know, because you can always improve upon anything. And the O in SWOT stands for opportunity. So this is a set of circumstances that makes it possible to do something. Sort of like a favorable situation for a positive outcome. An example of an opportunity might be a lunch meeting with a possible employer, or even just a longtime friend who you haven't seen in a while that might lead to something else. Opportunities come our way almost daily. Unfortunately, we're too busy running around to recognize them most of the time. Even negative situations are an opportunity for growth. So when something bad happens to you, instead of wallowing in self-pity or becoming extremely angry or lashing out to others, you can stop and pause and learn from that experience and figure out a way to turn it into an opportunity to make it a positive. Threats. The T stands for threats, and that's clearly, you know what that is, person or thing that causes you harm, right? Threats are anything that could cause damage to you or your family, your organization, your venture, or a product that you might be trying to sell. Threats are negative, clearly, and they're external, which means they come from outside, usually. Some of the examples they have here are related to procrastinating in a way. Say you have a project to do and you wait till the last minute, literally the night before it's due. You're probably going to create a crappy project or not create one at all, which could be a threat to your success. Or you rush and do a really poor job on something because you're not paying attention to all the details. That could be a threat to your success. Failing a course. You could fail a course in high school and just have to take it over. And then, it's not really something you can blame on someone else. It has to do with you needing to learn and grow and take it over. If that happens in college, you have to pay for that course to take it over, because most likely when you're in college, you're only taking courses that are required. And so if you fail a required course, you have to pay more money to do it over again. Otherwise, you're not working towards your degree, and that could threaten your ability to graduate and earn your associate's degree or bachelor's degree or even certification, whatever it is that you decide to do. So this is a graphic organizer. You can print copies of this out if you like. I can print copies for you if you like. If you're in the building on Friday, I can give them to you. Basically, I thought it was a really good way to show the positives versus the negative, and how you can switch the negatives into a positive. You can also use it before you do the SWOT analysis. You can just like jot down in each section what you think your strengths are, what your opportunities are, your weaknesses, your threats. That way, when then you go to do your assignments, when you answer the questions, you at least have bullet points. You've thought it out beforehand. That way you can come up with some really deep answers with some good detail added to it. Because I really would like some in-depth writing on your part. I don't want you to just put a list of things that you're good at and a list of things that you're bad at. It would be preferably be in full sentences. So you're describing to me what your strengths are, and you're describing to me what your weaknesses are. Go. Use this as a guide to help you when it comes time to type out your SWOT analysis. And if you have any questions, we can certainly go over it Wednesday online or Friday in person. At this time, if you have any questions, you can post them in the stream on our class, or you can text me, or you can email me, or you can call me. I will be online Wednesday. That would be a great time for you to ask any questions that you might have. If you've already completed some assignments and I've graded them, you might have some questions about how I graded them and the comments that I've posted. I will be giving comments, pretty in-depth comments, because this is an opportunity for you to improve, especially in the writing area. I really want you to be a strong writer by the time you leave here in June, hopefully, or December. So get the most out of it as you can. Take those comments as an opportunity for growth, not as me putting you down, but as me trying to help you improve in this area, because I know that many of you want to go to college and you want to have careers that will require you to do some writing. So this is super important. And here's a little video that I'm going to have you watch on this recording. It's only a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes long. But there's also another video that's posted on the classroom that's a little bit longer. So if you ever have any other questions about what a SWOT analysis is, how to create one, and why it's important to create one, there's another video, and there's also an article. So hopefully you have enough information to help you get started.
Created using Powtoon.
Okay, so that's it. Hopefully you found that a little helpful. as you create your personal self-SWOT analysis. Again, there's an article posted up there and another video on the classroom along with your assignments for the week. Don't hesitate to reach out to me if you have any questions at all. Have a great week.